Can you tell us anything whatsoever?
Come on, I know you just give us. One more station.
Welcome back to the Two Dudes Talk Music YouTube channel. I am the Reverend Raph. He is the beer buddy Kyle, and we are joined by Ash from FIRESTORM and Lead Heavy Promotions, the mastermind, absolute mad lad behind the Metal to the Max festival that we have been harping on about for the last couple of months. Links to all the relevant information is down in the description. Go and get your tickets while they're around because they're moving. They might sell out. If you're interested, you want to be there. You want to be there for the first one because if you watch the podcast, we talked about potentially there being more and many more years to come, and you don't want to be the guy that said, "Oh, I'll pass," and then you weren't there at the first one.
You want to be that wanker that turns around and goes, "You go into year two." I was there at year one. It was cool.
I was there before. It was cool.
Absolutely. So it is time now for the quick question quarter, spelt with Q's, not K's, because we don't roll like that. No. But we are going to dive in here with a bunch of rapid fire questions to get into Ash's musical mental mind and just understand what makes him tick musically.
Like the cell very quickly.
It's going to get moist.
Well, it's gonna be a good one. So we'll dive in first. What was the first instrument that you learned to play?
Drums, actually, believe it or not, in year 7 at high school. And the first song I ever learned to play was Anthem for the Year 2000 by Silverchair.
Oh, legend. Yes, up the Silverchair. Up the Silverchair. All right, what was the first album that you purchased?
First album I ever purchased, this is a deep cut. My uncle is a mad metalhead. The first album I ever purchased was when I was 8 years old, and it was Divine Intervention by Slayer. Ooh. And I used to play... Oh. And I used to blare it and play Pokemon on my fucking Game Boy at fucking 8 years old in my bedroom. And
wow.
That's it. That's living the dream, mate. Living the dream.
Dream. If only I could go back to doing that full time, I probably still have it.
First live concert that you attended?
First live concert, again with my uncle. It was techno grindcore band called the Berserker.
Fucking yes, yeah. Berserker, of course.
If we've got time, funny story about that. The first gig I've ever gone to with my uncle, I was 13 years old, was the Berserker at Line Art. Well, it was called Fowler's Live in Adelaide, and they were playing, and this is where they used to wear masks in full industrial sort of thing. And a guy in the crowd has gone to grab the singer's mask a couple of times. And he's told him to fuck off, and he didn't listen. And he's grabbed a good hold of it and pulled it down. And the singer, industrial grindcore, they got the industrial side, the big platform. Doc Martens just booted this guy in the face and just sprayed his nose in his face. And the security just grabbed this guy and just thrown him out. And I was like 13 years old, like, wow. But yeah,
and that's, we learn.
And that's why you don't fucking touch the band while they're playing without their fucking permission. The stage is their workspace. You stay fucking out of it.
I don't know if you ever remember, Kurt Cobain done it too. He stage dived into the crowd, and it was a whole bit. And so his guitar was actually like the guitar lead was bolted into the fucking guitar, and they were pulling him back in from the crowd. Yeah. And someone's grabbed hold of his leg, and he's done the same thing. Put the boot straight into put his Chuck Taylor straight into this guy's face and just splattered his nose.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
don't touch the talent.
Yeah. And look, don't get me wrong. There's a time and a place for that sort of stuff. But if someone tells you to fuck off 4 times, just fucking.
No, exactly. And this is what we say. If you're invited, if you're encouraged, fine. But if you try and engage with a band in a way, and they say no. That's it. That's the answer. That's
what they call consent.
It's a complete answer, okay? Like they're doing their thing.
I give everyone complete consent to come and touch me as much as they want at FIRESTORM shows because, at the end of the day, who doesn't like to be held? But, at the same time. Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly.
Do you need a hug? I'll give you a hug at
There's going to be so many hugs. You're going to mate.
I'm going to be getting so many hugs. I'm going to have chafe on the inside of my arms, I think.
Yeah.
What is an instrument you've always wanted to learn but haven't yet?
Guitar, really. I really want to learn to play guitar because I do. So, interesting fact, a lot of the lyrics for the FIRESTORM songs have actually come out of my brain. You wouldn't think it by the way I'm spoken because I'd sound like a bit uneducated and a bit of a bogan all the time. But I really want to learn to play guitar because I do have a lot of stuff bouncing around in my head that I can't quite. I do find myself recording voice memos, miming guitar with my mouth, and the boys in the band sort of like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's the butthead effect.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm the same with drums. Like I'll have once I feel like you'll probably relate to this. I'll have an idea of how I want a bit to sound in my head, but I can't quite find the words to explain it. And I'll be like, it's kind of like this, and it's like a very, very rough approximation, and we'll play something like that, and I'll be like, oh, less like that, more like this, and we kind of have to like just try a bunch of shit until someone hits it, and I'm like, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. And it's just like, it takes a while to get there sometimes.
I do understand where you're coming from, but I'm extremely lucky in my band because, Tomo, he writes a lot of our more power metal style songs, and Tomo has a very good ear for what he writes stuff that he knows that I'm going to write something drum wise really easy to. So he doesn't even come to me with any drum ideas. He just goes, "You just do what you do because what you do is good." Yeah. And B, who is our singer and guitarist, he actually writes a lot of the more thrashy sort of stuff, and he's a drummer as well. So he's a more proficient drummer than what I am. So, but the good thing is me and him actually have a very similar voicing on our instrument with the drums. We've grown up together. I was the one, I got him into metal and all that sort of stuff. And, so we all like the same band. So it's very easy because he'll write a riff and he'll program drums, and I won't even have to change anything really because it's exactly what I can hear when I'm listening to the song without it anyway. So I'm fucking really lucky that with that sort of thing. So
That's great.
That's awesome, man. Love to hear that. It's always great when you're on that kind of same wavelength with the guys that you're in a band with. It makes it a lot easier. It just
makes the work a lot quicker too. You get more done in less time.
All right. If you could pick one big band or artist to open a show for, now the rules on this are very, very simple. Okay, I'll lay this out for you. It is living or dead, active or not, whatever point in their career you would choose. Like, you're bending all laws of time and space here. One big band to open a show for, who would it be?
I would open Live Intrusion for Slayer back in 1993. 1993.
Hell yeah.
This is the thing, right? So you asked this question, but we opened for Blind Guardian in February in Adelaide, which is like my all-time favourite power metal band and Tomo's all-time favourite power metal band. We just went on tour with Unleash the Archers for 9 days across Australia and New Zealand, which is my current favourite power metal band. So it's fucking hard one, man, because I'm kicking.
That's what we're finding hard with some of the internationals, because you get to live it.
Well, that's why we say, that's why we open it up the way we do, right? Like, so if there's one that you've that it's impossible to do, right? Like, if you could, this is why we say, if you could bend the laws of time and space to make it happen, then that's why we put that in there, because it's for some of the bands, like Darker Half's been all over the fucking joint and supported so many bands. Like, how many bands realistically are they potentially going to be able to list that they haven't already had the opportunity to play with in some capacity, right?
I would, it'd either have to be that we open that Live Intrusion show for Slayer, or we opened for Iced Earth back in the Alive at Athens era.
Iced Earth, man. Damn, that's
wow.
Cool. All right. Now I think I know you. I think I know who you might mention on this one, because you mentioned them in one of the other videos. But who is a band or artist that you're listening to right now that you believe is underrated and deserves more attention?
Oh man, there's so many. This is the thing. Like, so many of these killer bands that I actually listen to, even bands that have come to Metal to the Max, fucking. Okay, I'm going to say it like this and be very diplomatic. Every single band on the Metal to the Max this year is underrated, and they should have way more players in what they do, because they're all fucking killer.
That was the best answer.
Yeah. So there's going to be the playlist going to be a playlist in the description. There's a link to a Spotify playlist. Even if you don't have Spotify, open it up, see all the bands, then go into your platform of choice and listen. Because
we promise you will find your new favorite band, and if you don't, get a ticket to Metal to the Max and call us fucking liars.
Yeah.
For
Come
sure.
out and we will look if that happens.
I'll give you a beer.
We will shout you a beer at Metal to the Max.
Only one.
Well, mate, one each.
Yeah,
One each.
One each.
Look, if there's going to be a lot of people coming and telling us that we're wrong, so because people don't like us for some reason.
Hey, you know what's going to happen? As soon as I see you headbanging in the mosh pit, I'm coming over and grabbing whatever drink you out of it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
having a good time. Fuck off.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's right.
All right, time to get a little introspective here. What is something that people may be surprised to learn about you?
To learn about me, oh God, there's a lot of things that people are surprised to learn about me. I can count to 10.
Good start.
I can play in different time signatures.
I mean, you're a drummer, so I kind of figured you couldn't count past 4, mate. That's
Yeah.
Look, I've expanded my horizons. I can count to 7 now. I can.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess from a perspective of playing in a heavy metal band and looking the way I do, like I'm 6'2", I'm covered in tattoos, like a lot of demonic stuff, a lot of fucking, big beard stretches that, say Hail Satan on them and all that sort of stuff. Probably the weirdest thing that people probably the most, like that sort of thing that people realise when they first meet me, especially us going and doing shows, is that I'm actually extremely down to earth. I love to have a joke, and I'm just really enthusiastic and fucking just nice, I guess.
It is infectious.
Awesome. It is, yeah. And the last one here. Now you may have heard me refer to myself over the course of our discussions today as the Reverend Raph, but that is because I am indeed an ordained minister. It's an official legal title that I hold. The certificate is on the other side of that wall behind the camera there. So with that in mind, it is now confession time. We like to close out the quick question quarter with, what is your worst music sin? You can interpret that question however you like.
My worst music sin. This one might come as a bit of a surprise, but my worst musical sin was, and I don't do it anymore. I used to have a good time before we played, and when I say good time, I used to drink too much, and I'd drink too much, and I'd sort of, I'd get too caught up in having too many drinks, and then my performance would suffer. Like I got to the point where, I sort of thought, you know what, like I watched a couple of live videos back and I was like, I could have played a lot better. I should have played a lot better. I practiced a lot more than what that portrayed. My worst musical sin was just getting too fucking pissed before I play. So now I don't drink at all before I play, and I drink plenty of water and I hydrate. And once we finish playing, then I fucking hit the piss like an alcoholic that's just gone home from an AA meeting. But
Man, my people.
Drinking too much before I play, man, that's my biggest musical sin, I think. But look, everyone in my band's probably going to pick something different that I do wrong. So,
that's why we ask you. That's why we're asking your opinion on it, because it's about introspection and self-reflection on all that stuff. But
I feel that.
There we go. And look, you said you used to, so it all is
Good
forgiven. It's good on you on making that positive change in your life.
I haven't drank before a show since we played Churches of Steel in 2022.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think what I know I did it. You get sort of caught up on being a rock star before you actually reach that pinnacle point yet. And you try and you sort of do it ass backwards. You're meant to gain the fame and then you can get as fucked up as you want because you're really fucking good at it. But you get really fucked up and then you're not really good and it just sort of goes ass backwards.
It was just because I was out playing music with my mates, and I'm still out playing music with my mates, but I put more of an emphasis on playing the music first than having a good time.
And then hanging out with your mates.
Absolutely. There's time after. There's time after you play to have the fun.
Especially when you've got a 2-day festival, my boy.
Well, we're going to have to pace ourselves on that one because we don't want to get like out of fucking bounds on the first day, halfway through the first day, and then not be able to.
There will be plenty of people getting out of bounds on the Thursday.
Yeah. All right.
You know what I'd like to see? I'm just going to put this out there. I want to see some like Bathurst style campsites. I reckon we could do like $100 gift voucher, JB gift voucher for the best campsite, the most decked out campsite on the day.
Yeah.
Ooh, now that's
I reckon we could do it. Mate, I reckon that'd be really fucking fun.
I think so. I think we should definitely coordinate something like that. Keep an eye on the pages, all the links in the stuff. We'll, if you're interested in Metal to the Max, go and check it out. The October long weekend out at Silverton near Broken Hill. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a hell of a time. Thank you very, very much to Ash from Firestorm and Lead Heavy Promotions for joining us today and for organising this whole thing, because it's just going to be incredible. We cannot wait for this. We are super, super excited. We will see you out there. Thank you very much for watching. I have been the Reverend Rav. He has been Kyle, aka the Beer Buddy. That was Ash from Firestorm and Lead Heavy Promotions. See you later, guys. Peace out.
Peace.